the second legs we go now over in the Europa League, with some clubs on the brink of qualification and some on the brink of elimination. Who am I talking about? I'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today is all about the second legs of the Europa League playoffs, with some clubs on the brink of making it through to the last 16. Some clubs are on the brink of ending their European competition. We'll show you who they are in just a second. Of course, big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. You want to stop shop for Europa League, Blackburn Rovers, world football is right here under one roof. Yeah, that's right, Ajax look comfortable, as do bloody AZ Alkmaar. But of course, that can all change very soon in those second legs. And those second legs are coming at you right here, right now. So sit tight, hold on, and let's have a little go. So here it is. Of course, on the screen now, you should see my predictions in the white, and then, of course, the actual scorelines in the black. Now, I did do a pretty shit job this week in the Europa League first legs, but guess what? I'm going to make it all better for you in the second leg. So start with the top of the shop over in Hungary, as Ferencvaros took on Viktoria. Pinson ended up 1-0 in the end. I went with a draw. Meanwhile, Twente over in the Dutchlands took on Bodø. Glimt. I went with the away side, but the Dutchies come out top with a 2-1 win. Meanwhile, Saint-Gilloise also took on Ajax in a Netherlux affair there. 2-0 loss to Ajax over the home win. However, AZ Alkmaar did get it right, for them anyway, over Galatasaray. 4-1 win over in AZ. Of course, I won with a 2-0 away win. Meanwhile, my boys went to Midtjylland and picked up a cheeky 2-1 win. I went the other way. Meanwhile, Bucharest with a 2-1 away win over PAOK. I went with a draw there. Mourinho's boys did take care of Anderlecht, who I thought were going to be a dark horse for this competition here. But 3-0 winners for Fenerbahce. And one with a 1-0 win. And then Porto and Roma duked out to a 1-1 draw. So take from that from what you will. Believe it or not, we do have a Europa League. And believe it or not, I was absolute shit this week with just the 1 point. O'Connor, though, picking up a respectable 12.5. Clashing with a 10.5 as well. And Gala with an 8.5 with KP and Sarah, KC7. All you guys all picking up the bronze there. But no, absolute stinker for me. Which I was doing absolute business, wasn't I, last time? Wooden spoon, goodness gracious me and Macca, absolute whoppers. But yeah, that's the situation it is in the sneaky beaky Europa League prediction league. Not many people know about it, but it exists. And of course, these are the second legs. We're going to get into this right here, right now. Now, how this works, I'll give you the scoreline for the second leg only. And then after it, we're going to take a little look at the final aggregate scoreline. So we're going to start with the top of the shop there, going with Viktoria. Pinson taking on Ferencvaros. That's right, coming at you over at the Dusan Arena. Pinson, managed by Miroslav Kubic. Coming into this, they finished 16th in the table. They have taken on Ferencvaros, managed by Robbie Keane, who finished 17th in the table. Both sides ended up with 12 points. And they played each other 3 times since 2023. There's been one win apiece, and there's been 1 draw. Of course, 2 of those games were friendlies, but the important game was that 1-0 win for Ferencvaros in Hungary. Of course, Ferencvaros picking up that 1-0 win over Pinson most recently. They're going to be taking on Tbilisi this weekend. Actually, that's to Pinson. Pinson lost to Ferencvaros. Let's pass the part. Maybe it's a bit about it's a bit about made of it. But Pinson are taking on Tbilisi in their top flight. Ferencvaros taking on Patski in their top flight prior to this game. So we got there in the end. We got the words out in the end. Coming at you right here, right now, the odds for this match. Pinson are massively fancy. Fenerbahce are underdogs, but of course the Hungarian outfit do they have that upper hand. I'm going with a 1-0 win for Pinson. But what does that do? What does that mean? Well, I'll show you at the end of the video. Let's go over to Norway as Bodo Glimt take on Twente. That's right. Coming at you over in the Aspamar Stadion. That's right. Bodo Glimt still managed by Karjo Knutsen, or Knutsen. They are 9th for the table. 14 points for the campaign. 42% form for them. Just 1 win in the last 5, though. Up against Twente under Josef Oosting. They're beaten in the last 5. 67% form for them. Of course, finishing 23rd in the table. So quite considerably lower than Bodo Glimt in the Europa League table. Just the one time they played the reverse fixture, it was a 2-1 win for Twente in Enschede. Enschede on the back of that 2-1 win and taking on Bodo Glimt this week. That's the only focus, I believe, for the Dutchies. Meanwhile, for the Norwegians. Meanwhile, Twente will take on Warwick this week in the Eredivisie. The odds for this one then, shall we? But are massively fancied. Twente, not so much. I'm also leaning that way. Going to go with a 3-1 win. Twente's lack of quality will come to fruition here, and the Norwegians will look like to go through. Let's go to Amsterdam, of course, as Ajax take it on Saint-Gilloise once again at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Ajax under Francesco Forioli, finishing 12th right now, four wins on the spin, just one defeat in the last 6 up against Saint-Gilloise, managed by Sebastian Pognoli. They have won 4 in the last 6. They're 21st in the table, 11 points for them in the campaign. Just one win for Ajax in their only encounter. That was the 2-0 win for Ajax in Belgium. Ajax, of course, will be taking on Hercules Almelo in Eredivisie this weekend. Meanwhile, Saint-Gilloise taking on Midtjylland. That's right, as their preparations for this game come to fruition. Ajax should be fancied on this one, and I'm going that way as well with the Dutchies, coming out on the 3-0 win. Adding to their early first-legged affair, you don't need the calculator to see who will go through. Meanwhile, though, you might need one over in Turkey as the heavyweights, one of the favourites, Galatasaray, are in a right old dumpster fire right now. Okan Buric boys finishing 14th in the table, 13 points for the campaign. They won 4 out of the last 6. Up against AZ Alkmaar, managed by Martin Martins, who won 4 on the spin. 19th in the table, 11 points for the campaign. They played 2 times in 2024. This match taking place over at Rams Park. Both matches prior were in Dutchlands. One was in 2024 in this Europa League competition, ended up with a draw. Of course, now the all-important knockout stages, 4-1 as it was for AZ Alkmaar. No nonsense for them. Of course, prior to this, of course, Galatasaray would take on RSC. They're expected to win that game. AZ Alkmaar all focus on this game, it looks like. Because they might be in action right now with the Dutch. The bookies, though, for this one, they'll go with Galatasaray. AZ Alkmaar out fancies, but there is that deficit. Can they overcome that deficit? I'm going with a 3-0 win. What does that do? Again, we'll look at it in a minute. So all the gear, all the idea. Meanwhile, Sociedad, my boys, will take on Midtjylland over at the Real Arena in Manuel Iglesias. Boys finishing 13th in the table with 13 points, and they just lost once in the last 5 matches. Midtjylland, under the stewardship of Thomas Thomasberg, well, another cool name. Just 2 defeats in the last 6. They finished 20th with 11 points. Now, they played just the one time. It was the reverse fixture, and it was in Denmark. It was a 2-1 win for Sociedad. Sociedad on the back of successive wins over Osasuna, Espanyol, and now Midtjylland take on the Danes, who are coming into this without the... I think the Superliga is coming back this week after a hiatus of nearly 2 months. Lingenby is their opponents this weekend. Real Betis and Sociedad duking it out in La Liga. The odds right here, right now, Sociedad are fancied, Midtjylland are underdogs. Going to go with a win as well for the hosts. 2-0 winners, Sociedad taking it to the house. Let's go. Steaua Bucharest, FCSB. They're going to be taking on PAOK Saloniki over at the Arena Națională over in Budapest. Of course, finishing 11th at the table, just one defeat in the last 6, 67% form for them right now. PAOK and Razam Lukuksku, 3 wins, 3 defeats in the last 6, but 3 defeats in the last 4 grim times for them. 22nd in the table, 10 points for the campaign, 5 times their place in 2016, 3 wins for Steaua Bucharest, 1 win for PAOK, and there's been 1 draw between the 2 sides. Last time they played at this venue, it was a friendly, it was a 1-1 draw back in July 2023. FCSB off the back of that 2-1 win over PAOK, they'll be taking on Gloria Buzalu in their top flight there. PAOK taking on Lania in their respective top division. Coming at you right here right now, FCSB are underdogs. PAOK are fancied here, but what are they thinking? What are they thinking? This is a chance to make a cheeky bet if you fancy it. Going to go with the 2-0 win for the hosts. On this one, then we go to the massive badge that is Anderlecht. They're going to be taking on Fenerbahce over at the Lotto Park. That's right, Anderlecht under David Hubert, finishing 10th in the table, 14 points for the campaign. Just 1 win, though, in the last 5. Fenerbahce under Jose Mourinho, unbeaten in at least the last 13. They finished 24th with 10 points. They played each other 6 times in 2005. 4 wins for the Turkish, nothing for the Belgians. 2 draws between the 2 sides. Last time around, over at this very venue, it was a 2-2 draw back in October 2018. Anderlecht will be taking on Charleroi in the Europa League this week, and Fenerbahce taking on Kampasa in the Superliga in Denmark. The odds for this one, what are we looking at? Anderlecht they're underdogs, but only just. It's quite tight with the bookies. It does smell like a draw. I'm going with the 2-1 win for Anderlecht. Maybe a bit of an upset, but got a bit of a turnaround in that one, don't they? And then finally, we've got Italy as Roma taking on Porto, one of the games of the round. Stadio Olimpico is the venue. Claudio Ranieri is the coach there for Roma, finishing 15th in the table. Just 1 win in the last 4 up against Porto under Martin Ansami. They finished 18th right now, 11 points in the campaign. Unbeaten in the last 5, but drawn 4 of that last 5. They played 6 times since 2016. 1 win for Roma, 2 for Porto. There's been 3 draws between the 2 sides, including a draw at Porto last time around. Last time around at Roma, it was a 2-1 win for Roma. Bound the round of 16 in February 2019. 20 in the Champions League. Roma will be taking on Parma this weekend. They're expected to win. Porto taking on Varese away as well. Also expected to win. This one's quite tight. Bookies go Roma. Porto the underdogs. I'm going with the hosts as well. Now, what does that mean? Of course, those are the second leg results. Now I'm going to calculate that with the aggregate scorelines and give you the outcome. So starting with the top of the blocks, it is all square after 90 minutes. It'll go at extra time penalties. I'm going with not Pinson on this one. I'm going to go with Ferencvaros to squeak through to the official round of 16. Let's go to the Bodø Glimt Twente situation. 3-1 win on the night. 4-3 on aggregate. Twente will go home. Bodø Glimt will go through. Ajax comfortably through, of course. 5-0 win. I believe that's right. Meanwhile, Galatasaray against AZ, another tight one after that prediction. Going to go with a 4-4 thriller. And again, Galatasaray going through with pens. My boys, Sociedad should be comfortably through. 4-1 win on aggregate. FCSB the same, going through comfortably with a 4-1 win aggregate score. Meanwhile, Anderlecht will make it close, make it interesting, but the Turkish outfit will go through in the end. And then same deal with Roma, 3-1 win, of course, which will leave me with this. That's right. These are the 8 clubs going through to the top 8 in the Europa League. And of course, we'll find out who they'll play when they do the mathematics over there. So that, my friends, is what I've got for you. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to smash like. See you soon, of course, for the official round of 16 first legs when they ever come around. But until then, I'm out of here.